Hi, Steve Cooper, Rank Success, and I just wanted to record this short video. I've called it Summer Successes because it's about feedback that people have kindly shared with me and I'm now sharing with you around their successes on promotion selection processes. And I'm going to go straight into them. This one is from Melissa, who passed her sergeant's process recently. Hi Steve, I'm absolutely over the moon. Today I received the news I passed my sergeant promotion board. Your videos on YouTube, podcasts and the toolkit I purchased helped massively. You speak about transition, and since having the opportunity to be temporarily promoted, I can relate to this. Moving from PC and DC over into a sergeant's position is most definitely a transition and not an easy one, to say the least. But the feeling I had when I was informed I'd passed, I certainly believe the work I put in was worth it. Many thanks again, Melissa. And just very quickly on that, I love receiving those kind of messages. It's very kind of people to share that, because when you do get that feeling, when you do get that phone call from your promotion board panel member to confirm the result, a couple of beers, celebrating with friends and family and loved ones, forgetting about sharing it with other people. Tomorrow's another day. Some people are promoted very quickly into post, and time moves on. So I always appreciate getting those communications from people. So thank you there, Melissa. You talk about the transition, or I talk about the transition. What that means is, have a look at my testimonials page and you'll see what I mean. I've talked about it in my promotion masterclass video that you can purchase and download. It's a 4-hour promotion masterclass. There's also digital toolkits for sergeant, inspector and chief inspector you can download. And I talk in there about the transition that you will go through, and you'll be able to see those, what I mean by that, by having a look at the testimonials. You will transform yourself. You will go through a transition when you prepare effectively for a promotion board, and you will set yourself apart from other candidates. I've been doing this long enough now to know that that's true, and I've been doing it long enough to know that I get lots of last minute phone calls where people clearly haven't done that preparation, and the result of their board genuinely reflects that as they go through the process. So, put yourself through that process, put yourself through that transformation process. It's about mixing your own experiences as a cop. In this case, with the temporary, being able to compare and contrast being a PC or DC with a temporary sergeant's position, and supplementing and complementing that with my digital toolkits and my promotion masterclass, you'll be able to pull out what it is you're doing and talk about that on a promotion selection board or a assessment centre in a way that's meaningful and which scores against the competency and values framework. Everybody talks about the feeling. People are absolutely over the moon. Here's another one. This is from Joe, who's just passed her chief inspector's board. Again, I'm over the moon to have passed my chief inspector board, having used the digital toolkit, promotion masterclass video and free guides. This was my second attempt at this rank, and the first time the feedback was that my nerves affected my performance. This year I took a different approach and I felt much more prepared, confident, and my nerves weren't as apparent through the elements of the process. I know this is in part due to the confidence I gained by using the tried and tested approach as outlined by Steve, and I've yet to receive any formal feedback, but the ACC on my board called to say I'd smashed it and I did really well. I want to thank Steve not only for the resources that are available, but also the last minute pep talk when just before the board I felt I wasn't ready. I absolutely was, and Steve's reassurance helped me to see this and also focus my mind on the day. It's an amazing feeling to get that call, and I would not hesitate to recommend and signpost colleagues to Rank Success. Thank you, Joe. So, some of the principles preparing for, a more senior position, chief inspector, essentially, it's the same way of preparing. Again, if you have a look at my digital toolkit, I recommend that you prepare to a depth and breadth of preparation, the likes of which you've never committed to before. That is different to being a good operational cop. So that transition, that transforming yourself into a well-informed, well-prepared promotion candidate means that you get both sides of the coin and you're able to talk from both sides of the coin in a promotion selection process. And I happen to know this was a presentation here, an interview here as well for Jo, and she alludes to nerves, and that's not unusual. Lots of people get nerves. Nerves are natural. So first and foremost, accept that there's a certain degree of nerves, and then it's a case of nerves being due to uncertainty, which you can kind of mitigate the risk of that by preparing effectively ahead of a board, so you've got less nerves. It's natural to have some nerves, but there are things you can do, and I cover some of those in my digital toolkit, and I'm more than happy to have a pep talk with anybody listening to this if they want to contact me ahead of their board. But with the pep talk, it was simply about just checking in, touching base and saying, yes, you are in a good position. You've clearly done the work. It's about taking that deep breath and, applying yourself to the day, to what it is you're going to face. And I talk about lots of things in my digital promotion talk. It's like taking an intelligence-based approach to promotion. So what I mean by that is, you've got 45 minutes. I know some of them go on for an hour or longer, but it's generally around about 45 minutes, 6 or 7 questions, 6 minutes each roughly to answer. And if you've got a structure for those answers, then, there's not much time of that 45 minutes left. Now, if you have a presentation beforehand, I cover those as well. So what kind of, you've got to think about it, you've got to structure your presentation, you've got to have an idea about how you're going to communicate it. There's a thing called the rule of threes, which I strongly suggest you consider. And all of that comes together on the day and kind of squeezes out those nerves, because your confidence has been elevated and developed to the point where you can give your best, and you're in a good state to do that because you put the work in. Again, it's an amazing feeling to get that call. Of course it is if you've done all that work, and some of you, if you're going for Sergeant Inspector, you will be, you'll have done a lot of work to get qualified, having passed the legal exam, and then you've got to apply yourself just as much to getting into a good state of preparation for a promotion selection process. So it is an amazing feeling. It's almost like a relief to get that call, that actually you don't have to worry about that before it's part of your past career, and you can get on with looking forward to developing in your future aspects of your career. I smashed it and I did really well. Well, you can't really do any better than that, but it's always nice for me to get the feedback from people. The third one, because it's about some successes. So third one is Tom, who passed his sergeant's process. Hi Steve, yesterday I found out I'd passed the promotion board to become a sergeant. Your dulcet brummy tones have been on my Spotify and in the car and in the gym for a few months now. I appreciate the content you make and I recommend it to others. So Tom's been listening on Spotify. You can listen to, anywhere, Spotify, Anchor, however you listen to your podcast. There's free podcasts, free blogs, free YouTube videos to kind of support and challenge and respectfully provoke your thinking ahead of a promotion selection process. I can't teach you anything, but I can do that. I can respectfully provoke and challenge and support your thinking ahead of a process, and I do that through those products, and most of which are free. Interestingly, I had a quick kind of exchange of emails afterwards, because Tom, I reminded him sometimes when you come out of a promotion board, it's really difficult. It's like someone's taken all your memory, and you go into kind of memory tunnel of loss of all memory. You can't remember anything about the process you've just been through. So if you've prepared thoroughly and you've gone in and that's the case, that's fine. It will come back to you over a period of time. But interestingly, he said, well, my mind has deleted a fair chunk of it. It felt like I looked at the clock and a moment later, 1.25 hours had passed. So that's very much what happens in a promotion board. As I say, they're 45 minutes, sometimes an hour, depending on whether you've got to do a promotion presentation or a briefing around exercises. But that's Tom. Tom's passed as well. I'm really pleased with getting that kind of feedback. I'm going to have a little break myself now. It's summer. I expect some of you are enjoying a break. I'm going to honour all my one-to-one commitments up to the end of September that are booked now, but I'm going to take a little bit of a break And in the new year, I'm going to be coming out all guns blazing with new products, new services, and I will also be looking to get some masterclasses on the go, some live ones. So if you're interested, drop me a line, and I look forward to hearing from you. Wherever you are on your promotion selection process at the moment, I wish you all the very best. If you need some help and support, you'll find it at ranksuccess.co.uk. And if I can help you with any of the questions, because you'll have a whole different set of questions once you've worked through the toolkits, digital toolkits, and had a look at the promotion masterclass, and I'm happy to answer any of those. So I wish you all the best, stay safe, and I'll be back with another video shortly. Thank you.